But here's some more AEW sickos kind of just coping with some stuff. So another normal day for a sad AEW fan. I got tagged in this. Thank you, LC Killer. At Base World, whatever, says, AEW family, we need to show the feds we are better and need to buy every all-in tickets to help us beat WWE. Please show at Tony Khan the support he needs as he does everything for us and the wrestling community. Sometimes we got to pop out and show the feds they ain't like us. It's like, no, don't bring Kendrick into this. No, that's not what's happening. Okay. Who's doing WWE World? Who's doing these events where WrestleMania or SummerSlam rolls in to a town and then they have like the Undertaker show and Sami Zayn and friends and Damian Priest is doing a one-man show and who's doing all this? It's not AEW. Now, I'm not saying they're not out there grinding and like doing media and they're not at Comic-Con and stuff like that, but there's no fan experience or service like what WWE offers or provides. They just have it down. Now you can be like, 40 years to 5 years, whatever, but you talk all that. You got to be ready to take a hit when everybody wants to laugh at you for up. And I don't know, these tweets are weird. This guy's probably a bot account and bot as in like a robot and also bot as in like probably a money exchange. And now on Dynamite, they're announcing Swerve is taking on Wheeler Yuta this Wednesday. Yeah, I'll be sure to tune in. I'll be sure to tune in for that.
Can I ask, did you see if Swerve won against Ishii? Because of course he
beat
did.
Him, obviously. Yeah, he beat him, and then they said, and he's taking on Yuta on Dynamite.
Listen, man, Ishii's legacy is getting ruined in AEW, and I hate it. And he is no longer like that Stone Pitbull that when he looks at you, you know you up. Now when he looks at you, it's like, oh, it's Ishii. Like, oh my God, poor Ishii. By the way, some people said that it was a good trade-off because in the G1 we got Konosuke, and then for the summer we have Ishii. That's not a trade-off. Like, what is wrong with people?
Yeah, and you talked about too how Konosuke walked into Japan and just like beat everybody too, right? Like, wasn't that
like I went viral over on the Threads app because they didn't like what I said because I didn't understand how Konosuke comes in on night 1 and defeats Yoda Tsuji when New Japan Pro Wrestling did a documentary about Tsuji and his life and his mom and his ambitions, his goals, and they put it out the day before the press conference for the G1 and the G1 night 1. Here comes Konosuke, beats him, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then Konosuke,
it's a talent exchange, I swear.
Right? And then Konosuke ends up beating Jeff Cobb, who is the NJPW TV champion. And then Konosuke also beats Hinare, my other buddy, who is the never openweight champion. And then Yuya Uemura, who was in TNA and tag team with Joe Hendry, ends up beating Konosuke. And I was like, what does Yuya have that these three don't have, and 2 of them are champions? And then people got mad at me, and then I made a video about it, and quiet, like always. But it's still like, guys, Konosuke has not done anything else outside of DDT Pro. And then going over to AEW, and then coming over to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, like, I don't get it. This guy doesn't really take the selling to where it needs to sell. Like, it bothers me. It really does.
AEW Defender again. He gets 2 strikes on the show here. Ricky Starks was not a drop ball. Speaking of, like, you know, talents just getting the end of the stick when on AEW side of things. So this is criticism of Ricky, and I'm sitting here going, #free Ricky, man. God damn it. Like, this guy, I can't wait till he goes to WWE. Observers saying it. Oh, it's believed he's going. Tony, just let him out of his contract.
Right?
He was talking all that. Oh, we're not going to be like the Federation, the evil Federation. And dude, you let him out of his contract. Then you guys are talking all that when all these wrestlers were in WWE and wanted out, and now the grass isn't greener. And Ricky Starks good on AEW taking a chance on him, you know. And Starks isn't ever going to bury them, and they should have rode his wave, but they didn't because they're dumb. I keep saying there too. I don't mean there. It's just Tony. It's just
the best guys, Tony Khan.
So like, I don't mean any of the. I love the wrestlers, bro. I love the people backstage. I swear to God, they're probably all busting their ass, but it's got to be just. I don't know, man. It's got to be frustrating. And I mean, when you're getting paid a lot, I know some of these frustrations can sort of take the back seat. I'm sure a lot of people just go, bite down. Like I could be working somewhere else or something. But anyways, though, this guy's saying Ricky Starks was not a dropped ball. Yes, he was. He was the one dude you could have said that's an AEW original who's over that people love. He can sports entertain, etc. But Ricky was the number one heel on Collision, feuding with Punk and Danielson. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. When Starks got hurt, they made him a manager to keep him on TV, followed by a tag title run. Sure. Yep, that's awesome. WrestleMania got him. Cody Rhodes is a talent poacher and AEW's number one weakness.
Oh, God.
WrestleMania got him. You mean he was there watching Cody? He's been on WWE TV before as a guy, as like a jobber backstage guy, you know? I know the jobber thing is out. I know people don't like that term and everyone's getting triggered by that. Sorry, it's just in the vernacular, and I'm Phil Mark, so I'm a Mark, right? According to Meltzer, Mark is the N-word. So let's that's what he literally said. So that's all I'm fucking saying. Hey guys, let's not go there, okay? Phil S. Marks. Shop smart, shop S smart. But when Starks got hurt, they made him a manager to keep him on TV. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he was booked in a good situation. He also broke his neck. It doesn't mean that like just slapping a tag belt on him or the backstage and then keep his stop pushes. They're not all due to injuries. Like he's been like on TV, then he's just not there. There's no follow-up. He's a tag champ. He loses the belt. Then he's just disappeared. Like that's not on him. Like talent are notoriously, I don't know. You all were on Ricky Starks nuts. Now you hate him. And it's just so telling. And I'm just getting sick and tired of seeing the same thing happening where, you know, they love Natalia. Oh, she re-signs with WWE on Natalia. We love Shane because he met with Tony in an airport. We love Ricky Starks. He's one of our guys. He should be one of the pillars. And that's what you guys are saying. I would even say it too. I'd say if you're going to call someone a pillar, Starks coulda, shoulda, woulda been one of them. But you guys are saying he's a pillar now. Oh no, WrestleMania got him. Like, dude, come on. Yeah, WrestleMania gets everyone. That's why they all are wrestlers everywhere in the world. WrestleMania got Tony Khan. That's why he wants to be in the pro wrestling business and run Wembley. You know, so it's just crazy. Just some of the copium, you know, we see time and time again. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Ricky Starks and this whole situation now? You know, they're trashing him, and the Observer and everyone's saying he's headed to WWE. It's a done deal, pretty much. Like, as soon as
I mean, let him go to WWE. He'll shine a lot more better. You could tell Ricky Starks is the kind of wrestler that like wants to wrestle, wants to create stories, wants to create some controversies with the things that he says. So let him go to WWE, and if he starts in NXT, those rivalries are going to be pretty cool. And he could just hone a lot of things, and then when he gets to the main roster, he'll be good. Let him go to WWE, because it's really unfortunate and unfair that when someone goes to AEW, the fans that are left over really think that they're going to be loyal to the very end. If you know anything about this wrestling business, no one is truly loyal. You have the few that are loyal, but no one is truly loyal because money speaks more than anything else, because we have to survive somehow.
Yeah, no amount of Tony Khan hugs will.
Yeah, right.
People are saying, oh, they're going to turn on the Lucha Bros. Yeah, they absolutely are. We'll talk about that more in a second. But, you know, the fan base, like AIR Gold, here he is again, another two-shotter here. Him and Defender both, you know, back-to-back appearances here on the same episode.
Yeah.
But AIR Gold saying depreciating returns for AEW Grand Slam have to be concerning. And yeah, dude, let's look at the Grand Slam numbers here. In 2021, they drew 20,000 people. 2022, 13,000. 2023, 11,000. 2024, 3,000. Meanwhile, WWE's done the exact opposite the last 4 years. If you look at the numbers, it's gone up and up and up and up. And again, it's not like, well, look at WWE, but that's what they do. That's what you're always said, the Federation, triple nose, all this bald assholes. Tony Khan said it. So it's like you reap what you sow, man. You guys are putting out that bad juju, and this is what's happened in AEW, man. You've turned people off. I swear the fans are a big part of this like they're a big part of it, just how toxic they get over a lot of this. It spawned demons like neckbeards here, who we're going to get into during our Dave Meltzer dumb moment of the week in a bit. But yeah, just more, I don't know, the sickos. Yeah. So Tony Khan here goes, I think AEW is a great company, and there are a lot of people out there that don't want to see it succeed and spend a lot of time trying to stop it. But that's the fight that basically every challenger wrestling promotion has fought for decades.
No, that's totally wrong.
Yeah, I don't see it that way. I don't see it as people wanted to succeed. I see it as the opposite, Tony. I see that everyone wanted you to succeed, and then you fumbled this so badly, so many opportunities, so much goodwill with everyone, that basically now that it's turned around and everyone's like, dude, you pretty much sold a bill of goods, right? Like pretty much everyone's like, man, you, Meltzer, everyone, you're
tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
That's basically what it is. I think people feel sort of slapped in the face because especially Tony was like, we're going to listen to the people and like we're for the people type. And then he didn't listen to the people. He didn't listen. He listened to like a core group of people that isn't gonna be, I don't know, like I've said it a million times, don't run these big ass buildings and embarrass yourself and say you're a challenger brand to what? You're a challenger to TNA, bro. More than it's a discussion between you and TNA and like MLW now, and that's not a knock on any of them. That's actually patting them on the back that you have all the money and goodwill in the world, and in 5 years you were able to somehow pull off this, get in this situation you're in, and somehow, some way, you got TNA like putting on better aesthetic and drawing good houses, and I don't know, man. It's crazy, dude. He had all the goodwill, he fumbled it. That's what it is, Tony. It's just so many missed opportunities and wasted opportunities that now people just don't want to with you, and now you're playing victim. When at the start, there's no way you could possibly ever try and say you were a victim. Everyone had your back. Even people in WWE were saying, even Bischoff said they were in WWE, like behind the scenes rooting for you guys, like watching it excited, like, holy, we're going to have to step our game up. And like, that's what you sparked. And then after 3 years, it became, and you can say petty shots all you want. Tony was on TNA TV taking shots at WWE. And what did TNA get to show for it? Nothing. We covered it extensively on the show, and just him crying victim now. You know, it's crazy. It's really, it's just disappointing, and this is why people don't put you, dude. Really, at the end of the day, Phil, are you going to be okay? Ibu made his X account private. Oh, dude, I'm gonna be perfectly fine. Ibu, I never go out of my way to cover that dude. I don't care. He's not in like my rotation of like sheets that I really give it about, but he always pops up everywhere and people shared about him, so you can't avoid it. And he made his account private.
That's like a wall.
Listen, I don't if people, I don't know the circumstance. If people were like being like sick and gross and coming at him, okay, then that's terrible. Like, I don't condone any of that. But if it was just like from catching the heat of like I don't know, block people, man. If people are being up, just block them. Like, there's no shame in using that block button. It's there for a reason. It's not like they won. When people are like, if you block me, that means I won. No, it means you're a dumbass more than likely. If I blocked you, dude, it means you're stupid. And like, I can't even fathom the level. I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna lose IQ points looking at your. No, I'm a dumbass. So like, that's not saying much. So no, but all jokes aside, like, I don't know. I hope no one was being like weird to him or anything, because I've gotten weird DMs too, and I don't like that. But I don't know if someone could inform me why Ibu privated. I don't know. I hope it's nothing serious. But as far as his takes go, yeah, I mean, what do you guys want me to say? We laugh at it. We've had a bunch of laughs at it. He blocked me a long time ago just because I quote tweeted and laughed. I think I was just like LMAO, and this guy's the biggest Tony Khan stan or something. About, like, that video of like Tony Khan just walking right past Ibu, and like, I don't know, and I'm not hating even really, like, I never really, I always saw his wrestling takes, and I don't know, that doesn't trigger me if someone has like a weird wrestling take. like different than mine, and I usually don't go too gross unless I see they're like a gross account. But I don't know why he privated it. Hopefully he's all good, but I'm gonna make it, dude. Don't worry about me. I got other super chats here. Jamie Earhart. The next documentary will be the victimization of Tony Khan.
The best guy's Tony Khan.
Yeah, dude. One day if they sell to AEW or to WWE, there'll be like a rise and fall of AEW DVD or something like that. Not DVD, but Netflix will produce the doc or something. Tony, I wish he had his own reality show. Like All Access was, I know it was so cringe, but it was one of the best. Like I love watching cringe stuff and just like laughing at it. So I'm like addicted to it. So I think maybe that's why I watch AEW as frequently as I still do. But they need a Tony Khan reality show. It would make $1 million, which would go to the Young Bucks and wouldn't amount to anything. But you ain't hype for $2 says AEW won't make it past 2025. What say you, bruv? Dude, no, I disagree. I think it'll be around forever. It'll be like TNA 2.0. He'll sell it. Maybe WWE absorbs it one day. Maybe he'll never sell it. He'll just hang on to it, put it on an app. He'll make the AEW network, or he'll put it on some lower tier network, or I just think he'll let it live forever. Like TNA survived for a long time. I think Tony will do the same thing till it's on the Pop Network or whatever, and he'll be forced to run it out of like a theme park, and it'll just become like no one will take him serious, and he'll be forced to stop spending as much on it. But if it folds, then I'm wrong, and I'll willingly go, okay, I'm wrong about that. But I just think, like, imagine you're a kid with his type of infinite money, and then one day too, like his dad's like, oh, I wanted to give him his like inheritance or whatever. But like if his dad does pass, and not that I'm like wishing or thinking that on anybody, but I'm just saying that if that were to happen, let's say like in 10, 20 years, then he gets all that money too. Because there's more than just what his dad allotted him. For sure there is. To me, I just think he has buku money, man. He has infinite money, dude. Tony's indulging in wrestling. So when does he stop indulging in wrestling? When the money goes away. When does it go away? Never. He's got enough money for 7 lifetimes, dude. Maybe not that many at the rate he spends it, but I don't know. If he has to sell one day, I think maybe WWE absorbs it or something just so they can get Ring of Honor. It would be more of their focus, and the tape library of like all the guys who went there for a bit and are going to go there. You know, I could see that happening one day, but at the same time, I hope it doesn't die. I want to see the Monday Night Wars again, but it's never going to happen the way Tony's doing it. Now, remember, WCW's in the Eric Bischoff took it over, and then he rose it like a phoenix. Took him like four years or whatever to do it. It can happen in like 10 years from now. AEW could, but that could also be TNA. There could come a time where TNA's like, yeah, WWE, like we're not working with them anymore, and now we're the number 2 or something. Could happen. We don't know. That's future time telling. But Marie, do you ever see AEW going out of business entirely?
I think that they're gonna go the route of like TNA, where eventually he's gonna have to sell, and then and when I say sell, I don't mean like, you know, completely go under business and stuff like that. I mean like to sell it to somebody to make sure that they could get out of the red. Because I always say this, money does not really grow on trees. Like his inheritance money, and then whatever money he makes from everything else, like that's eventually going to go. Those guaranteed contracts are going to up everything. They're going to up the books, and they're going to make everything uneven and unbalanced. So I don't think that they are going to, you know, die off. I do think that Tony Khan being smart, and if he gets pushed into a corner, he's going to be like, yo, we got to sell to somebody that has the funds to keep everything running.
But who is the Eric Bischoff you're going to bring into AEW? I don't know. I wouldn't even say Jim Cornette. I wouldn't even go as far to say that. I think it wouldn't be one person. It would be a team of people. And the problem is that Tony Khan would always want to have his booking. It's certainly not Meltzer. So that's for goddamn certain. But speaking of more like cope, I guess, from IWC, well, we talked about Ricky Starks, actually, though. So numerous sources within WWE stated there are certainly interest in a number of AEW stars whose deals are close to expiring or have been off TV for some time. Those stars include Ricky Starks, Daniel Garcia, and Lucha Brothers, and others. Yeah. we're good on Daniel Garcia, bro, in the Fed. But Wrestling Mark 16. AEW fans need to stop turning on people who have one bad thing to say about the company. I love the place, but it's not beyond criticism or suggestions for improvement. Funny, Wrestling Mark, because that's what you spurred out on me for, was criticizing AEW just a year and a half before your brain clicked on to what I've been saying, before you penetrated your cognitive dissonance bubble there, dude. So yeah, great. I love these people coming to this realization, you know, and I'm happy, more of them. But yeah, that's another dude finally pointing this out.